In this lesson, we are going to start building our rough cut, building our edit. I'm going to be doing both instructing you to follow along. I'm going to be explaining why I'm making the choices that I'm making. And we're also going to have moments where we listen to different parts of the music and listen to different parts of the dialogue to ensure that our clips are going in the best spot. The first thing we're going to do in our organized selects is I'm going to push Command A to highlight all of the footage on this sequence, and now I'm going to push Command C to copy it. Next, we're going to go to New Item in the project panel and click there. Click on Sequence. We will use our custom 1920 by 1080 sequence, and we will call this Rough Cut. Push OK. I'm going to bring the cursor to the very front there and push Command V to paste all of those clips. We're going to start our edit off with some beautiful clips of the mountains, and we're going to have music playing at the beginning to establish the beautiful mountainous location before we start hearing the voiceover. So I'm going to highlight the voiceover and drag it to the right for now. All right, so let's click the drop-down menu for the music folder here, and we will select the last music clip that is called 203787255_nature_by_aspiring KO preview. We will drag that onto the timeline on tracks A3 and A4. And we will push the plus button on the keyboard to zoom in there. Let's highlight this music and drag it over so it's lined up with the beginning of the first clip here. What I like about beginning with this first clip, clip number 1, is I like that the mountains and the lake are revealed from, it looks like a tree. So I like that it actually begins with darkness and the camera move opens up to the beautiful scenery. We'll push the space bar on our keyboard.
Audio Jungle.
At 6.15 seconds into this clip, you can follow along by looking at the time code to the left of the timeline here. The camera move ends, and that's also a good time in the music to cut into the next clip. So I'm going to grab the end of clip 1 and drag it over. Let's move clip 4 over, and we'll start from a few seconds back on clip 1 and continue along. I don't actually like that clip next. There's a particular clip I'm looking for. I believe it's clip 2. Yep, it is. So I'm going to grab clip 2 and move it over to the right of clip 1. We'll drag these other clips to the right and bring clip 2 down. I like clip 2 going after clip 1 because clip 2 is a second shot of this area from the first shot. So let's continue. I'm going to just scrub through here to a point that I like. We'll drag that part of clip 2 down and bring it beside clip 1. So at 10.3 seconds in, I will end the clip there. Next, we'll drag clip 3 over beside clip 2. Push plus on the keyboard to zoom in. And I'm going to scrub through here. I think the clip will actually begin nicely here. So we just have a little bit of this land on the left showing. I'm going to drag in that clip so it begins right there. Move that on to V2.
Audio Jungle.
And we will stop this clip where the music beat kicked in at 16.15. It's nice to put 2 to 3 shots together when you're establishing a landscape. So we have these 3 clips, clips 1, 2, and 3, all together to establish this beautiful location. And now we are going to add some other clips of a more rugged terrain within the Selkirk Mountains. So we'll move clip 4 over. And I'm going to scrub through that. Okay, I like seeing both this mountain full of trees on the right and this snow-filled mountain in the frame. So I'm going to start clip 4 there, drag it beside clip 3.
Audio Jungle.
And we will end that clip where the music again kicks in here at 23.4 seconds in. We'll move clip 5 over. And I like seeing this tree here framed on the right so we can see the mountain in the background here, as well as the beginning of this mountain here. So I'm going to drag that part of clip 5 over, and clip 5 will begin there. We will drag that beside clip 4. And again, where the music kicked in, we will end the clip. Remember, if you want to follow along with the exact timing, you can look at my time code on the left of the timeline here and make sure it's the same as your time code. We will bring clips 6 and 7 over to 5.
Audio Jungle.
I'd like to see the beginning of this clip start with the tree lined up where the rule of thirds are. If you're not sure what the rule of thirds are, imagine a grid placed over this clip. So it would be a line here, 2 lines here. We'll move clip 6 to the left.
Audio Jungle.
I really like how this shot reveals the white tip of the mountain here. We will drag clip 7 over to where the cursor is at 36.8 seconds in.
Audio Jungle.
Clip 7 will begin with the white cloud here shown in the frame, but almost out of the frame. So we'll drag clip 7 so it starts there, bring it beside clip 6. And the camera movement stops there, which works out perfectly. That's where we will end it at 40.10 seconds in. Okay, so now that we have those clips lined up, I'm going to move the voiceover under a few of them. It begins by talking about the Selkirk Mountains, so it would be appropriate to have the dialogue begin while the Selkirk Mountains are shown. So we'll highlight the dialogue and drag it over so it's starting underneath some of these B-roll clips. We will zoom in to the timeline, and I'm going to just scrub over.
Audio Jungle.
We will start the dialogue clip lined up with clip 5, and we need to have the music become quieter when the voiceover starts in. So I'm going to drag up the audio here. We'll drag a 3-track wider and push the plus button on the keyboard to zoom in. I'm going to push P on my keyboard for the pen tool. At this point in the waveform, slightly before where the dialogue starts, I'm going to push on the line here to create a point. And a few seconds after the audio of the dialogue has started, I will put a second pen point on the music track. Now I'm going to push V to hit the select tool and drag this point down to -2121. Let's mute the second track of the audio for a second and just listen to that to see if it sounds smooth. Tucked away in the... We'll actually bring this second point up to -1769, and we'll highlight the dialogue, trim it a bit so that we can see it begins closer to when the speaking starts. And we will also move the dialogue over so it again is lined up with clip 5. Let's play that back. Tucked away in the untouched... Okay, we will drag the point on audio track 3, the second point, up to -15.19. Let's drag audio 3 track up, drag out audio 4 track, unmute it. And now with audio track 3 highlighted, we're going to right click on that, click on copy. We will highlight audio track 4, right click and push paste so that both sides of this stereo track have the exact same effect on it. Okay, we will move audio 4 back up. And we will drag the audio on the timeline down. I'm going to shorten these few clips here, 5, 6, and 7. So we'll play it through again.
Tucked away in the untouched Selkirk Mountains in southern British Columbia, Canada.
I'm going to drag clip 6 over to 2903.
Canada, halfway between Calgary and Vancouver.
Okay, as soon as the dialogue finishes saying halfway in between Calgary and Vancouver, I will have clip 7 begin.
Between Calgary and Vancouver, you will find the picturesque city of...
Now I want to find the clip that shows the sign of Nelson. That would be a perfect clip to transition smoothly into clips of Nelson itself. So I'll push the minus key on my keyboard, and I remember that this chunk of clips has the Nelson views, and there that clip is. It's clip 45, so I'll highlight it, push Command X on the keyboard, bring the cursor over to that B-roll. I'm going to turn on the V2 track and turn off the V1 track, and Command V. Let's play that back.
Calgary and Vancouver, you will find the picturesque city of Nelson, known as the prettiest town in Canada.
Okay, you know what? I'm not sure if I like clip 7 there, so I'm going to highlight it and drag it to the right. I'm going to move clip 45 beside clip 6.
Calgary and Vancouver, you will find the picturesque...
Okay, we'll move clip 45 over and we'll drag 6 back out. Okay, so as soon as the dialogue finishes saying City of Nelson, I want that sun flare to show up. So we need to just scrub through this a bit. I'm going to drag that clip shorter, and where the cursor is where this sun flare begins. So I'm going to put my select tool over the cursor and now drag it to the left. Let's drag clip 45 shorter, and now we want to find a clip of Nelson that is picturesque. So we will go to the views of Nelson. Okay, I think we'll take clip 8, so we'll move clip 8 to the left, zoom in. Let's move this clip to the right, bring down clip 8.
Known as the prettiest town in Canada, framed by...
I'm going to grab clips 45 and 8, highlight them both, and move them to the left a little bit.
Halfway between Calgary and Vancouver, you will find the picturesque city of Nelson.
Okay, we'll move clip 8 over so that it begins around the time the next part of the dialogue begins.
City of Nelson, known as the prettiest town in Canada, framed by...
Okay, we will cut clip 8 there, delete the rest of it. Go through the Nelson views footage again, and we'll highlight clip 9, push Command X, bring the cursor over to where we're starting our edit, and push Command V. We'll bring clip 9 beside clip 8.
Framed by rugged terrain, including the famous Kokanee Glacier.
So I want to actually have this clip begin closer to this middle point. So I'm going to go to the right and grab this lip tool. I'm going to click on it. You can see in blue it's now in use. And where the cursor is, I'm going to push down on my Mac and drag the slip tool to the end of the clip. That has dragged the footage over while keeping the clip the same size. So let's push V so we have the select tool and play that through again.
Framed by rugged terrain, including the famous Kokanee Glacier.
Okay, I like how clip 9 is now, so we'll drag it shorter. Okay, and this is a 4K clip. You can tell because it's scaled to 50 instead of 100. So because the dialogue is mentioning the Kokanee Glacier, and this is the Kokanee Glacier, we're actually going to zoom in to 100% on this clip. So where it says scale, we'll type in 100, click off that. And now that we've scaled in, we're actually going to move the position over now. So where it says 960, we will hover over and we will drag that to the right. Let's just type in 1545. Okay, let's play that out.
Rugged terrain, including the famous Kokanee Glacier.
Okay, that works. We'll grab clip 10 and drag it over.
This town's stunning landscape and many restored heritage buildings.
Clip 10 is beautiful, but it's moving very slowly. It was filmed in slow-mo. I'm going to, with the clip highlighted, right click on it, and I'm going to go to speed duration. So we'll click speed duration. Where it says speed, it is playing out at 100% right now. Let's type in 180 and push OK. Now let's play that back.
This town's stunning landscape and many restored heritage buildings.
Okay, so we've hit the spacebar to pause there. That speed looks pretty good. So we will drag that clip down so it ends at 0.15 seconds. And we will continue working on this project in the next lesson.